Hi, everyone. This lecture is about two experiences that I have had with working on projects with communities, technical projects with communities, and I'm sharing them with you to give you some insight into some of the things that can take place, both successes and challenges in working on technology with communities. So the two projects both got their start within the Computing for Good, Computing for Social Good course that we used to offer in the College of Computing, cross-listed as an undergraduate class that at that time met the requirements for senior design, and also at the graduate level and taken by quite a few master's students. And there was a time period we had a very nice mixture of master's students and undergraduates working on these projects together. So the first project, the technology component, was to do reporting on the encounters that healthcare professionals had with patients in the West African country of Liberia. And the partner for that work was the Carter Center based here in Atlanta, and particularly their mental health program. And then the second technology, what also was in the health space, and it had to do with medical records, making recording into medical records, excuse me, for a program that Emory was involved in, Emory Nursing, to provide health care to migrant farm workers in rural Georgia. So the first of these, as I said, has to do with Liberia and the Carter Center. So, and you'll want to be following along with the PDF for these slides. I don't have the PowerPoint anymore. And so to start with, let me give you a bit of context about Liberia. And we talked about this. I referred to it in the lecture just this past Monday. So here's a relatively updated map of Africa, the continent of Africa. On the right-hand side, you got to see a 1914 version of this map. So this is updated with relatively recent. I don't know if they're 100% correct country names, but anyway, it's much more up to date than that 1914 map. Liberia is a small country in West Africa. You see it right around this kind of the curve of the western part of Africa. And as I said on Monday, it has a history that connects it very closely to the United States. It was created as a return homeland for freed American slaves. So the United States acquired by taking land in West Africa and declared it to be a return homeland location for freed slaves. Where, you know, slaves did not all come from that particular part of Africa, and the origin of the country is problematic because it involved taking land. Uh, um, so uh, that's a bit of history. Liberia is so it's geographically it's not a huge country, population wise not a huge country. Um, uh, and but so right there on the coast, the capital is Monrovia. That's for James Monroe, an early president of the United States. So Georgia Tech partnered with the Carter Center, TCC, that's the Carter Center, from the very early stages of a program that the Carter Center uh, initiated with the government of Liberia, and that had to do with improving the capacity to treat mental illness in Liberia. So mental illness is relatively under served in essentially all parts of the world, and certainly in sub-Saharan Africa and developing countries. Oh no, I have to pause.